Welcome back to the WVU Coliseum. Here's the starting lineup for the Manhattan Jaspers. Xavier Turner, the Ball State transfer, had 32 points in the double overtime win over Detroit Mercy. Capuano, Aaron Walker Jr. is a freshman they're very high on. Zane Waterman and Ahmed Ismail is one of 5 players of foreign-born background playing for Steve Masiello in his 6th season with Manhattan. Has led the team to a couple of NCAAs and a CIT berth in his first 5 seasons. For the West Virginia Mountaineers, their starting lineup coming off their first loss of the season to Temple. Nathan Adrian, Issa Ahmad, and Elijah Macon up front. Javon Carter and Tariq Phillip the guards. For head coach Bob Huggins in his 10th year at his alma mater, 795 career wins for Bob Huggins. Each team plays an up-tempo style. They will press full court. As we take a look at our officials, Gary Maxwell, Roger Ayers, and that's Andrew Walton. And we are ready to go.
It's exciting to see Xavier Turner from Manhattan. They say he's one heck of a player, has a motor that does not quit.
Series tied at 3 apiece. The last meeting way back in 1981. Warren Baker, a big part of an earlier victory over the Manhattan Jaspers. As these two teams meeting for the 7th time, and Ishmael and Macon for the jump. And it's Turner who comes away with it.
And you would expect West Virginia starting in their man-to-man.
Capuano tried to leave it inside, batted out of bounds by West Virginia. Got a quick look at Turner's quickness off that opening tap. Into Capuano with plenty of time on the shot clock, and Turner being dogged by Javon Carter. This is Turner with the ball.
Bob Huggins did not like the intensity West Virginia had on defense the first half versus Temple. See,
here's Turner.
More spirited team now.
Challenge look by Javon Carter, who closed late at the shot clock. West Virginia with the rebound. And again, Manhattan will extend that defense and will press.
It starts out as a 1-1-3, but it usually turns into a 2-3.
Adrian inside. And batted out of bounds by Waterman as we take a look at Warren Baker's keys tonight.
40 minutes, not 20. They only really played 20 minutes against Temple. Better transition D. You got to pick up the shooters in transition, and West Virginia needs to hit the mid-range jump shot. Loosen that zone up, and then they can pop it back out.
For those of you that have watched our telecasts over the years, you may notice Warren is battling a cold tonight.
Yes.
As Tariq Phillip will try from 3 and hit. And here's the pressure and the first turnover of the game. Well, they worked on this for a long time in the morning shoot-around, Steve Masiello's team, but obviously easier to work on than to figure out live and in person as we take a look at Manhattan's keys.
Ball security, 1 turnover already. They have out-rebounded all 5 opponents, so they want to continue that, and then they need to hit transition shots.
Nathan Adrian, I don't think he meant to bank that, but he'll take the 2 points, and it's a 5-0 West Virginia lead.
They all count.
Late release to Turner. Turner swallowed up, nothing called. And it's going to be out of bounds and will be Manhattan basketball.
Well, a lot of contact. Officials didn't see anything that they thought was a foul. Macon held his ground. Probably a good no call.
Batted away by Carter. Waterman trying to go to work. Back out to Turner. Offense has really been running through Turner. Steve Masiello says his transfer from Ball State is a special player. And now Macon with a foul way away from the basket that's not going to make Bob Huggins very happy.
No reason for Elijah Macon to reach.
So a fresh 30-second shot clock. Bob Huggins was not happy with the turnovers against Temple. He hasn't been happy with the turnovers all year. And then the 17 missed layups for his team in that 4-point loss to Temple. And it's going to be another foul on Macon. And so Elijah Macon is going to be forced to come over to the West Virginia bench, and Brandon Watkins will take his place a minute and 50 seconds in.
And actually, they probably could have called a foul on making the first time when Turner drove in on the no call. So early foul trouble for Macon.
Ahmad guarding Capuano. Ahmad coming off that strong game. Here's Waterman right to the basket. He is swallowed up, blocked by Watkins, who retains and gives to Phillip. And a block on Ahmad. Draws the block, foul, I should say. I wasn't sure he didn't travel with that before he got it down.
And he was fortunate he lost control of the ball. Fortunate to get the block called.
First foul on Manhattan. On the shot clock.
The free throw line is going to be open versus that zone.
Phillip ended. Adrian has it batted away, knocked out of bounds by Walker. 10 on the shot clock will remain. West Virginia basketball.
Well, they're allowing some contact inside.
They sure are. And Steve Masiello is a coach that wants X amount of deflections and turnovers from his team. They chart that very carefully, trying to quantify what they're doing defensively. Oh, this is a fortunate tip right to Ahmad, and Ishmael is going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, West Virginia getting some breaks against the zone.
His first, team second.
You know, one of the things that you see too, Rob, West Virginia does not play a lot of zone. So they don't work against a lot of zone. You know, they do when they have an opponent coming up, but it's not a steady diet of what they do in practice.
And that again was something they were working on in a very long hour and 45-minute shoot around this morning. As Ahmad misses that actually earlier this afternoon, as Bob Huggins wanted to make sure that his team knew what it takes to win. And didn't see enough of it against Temple.
Well, Temple was lights out at the free throw line, and West Virginia struggled against Temple. You hope that that's something that works out, to get worked out.
Ahmad hits the second, allows West Virginia to set up the press.
Anytime you get a made basket, you're going to get those. That pressure from West Virginia. The one thing about Manhattan that they want to do, if they break that first wave, they can get some good looks in transition. But the problem is you got to break that first wave.
Right, they want to attack right away, but You're exactly right. They've already committed 2 turnovers before they've gotten over half court. Ahmad. And Issa Ahmad playing with increasing confidence. And another turnover. Ahmad again to the corner. Carter, 3, short. Rebound to Waterman. Well, they just do get it across this time. Turner to Waterman. 3-pointer on the way. It's good. Zane Waterman hits the 3.
Whenever you press, and West Virginia pressing now after a miss, the rest of the players back have to communicate to pick up shooters.
West Virginia able to break the pressure of Manhattan, which again, off the first make, they were finally able to set up. Now back in this aggressive 2-3 zone. Ahmad down low. And Issa Ahmad has 5 quick points.
Good cut by Ahmad. Good pass by Watkins. That high-low is there. West Virginia's going to be able to get those free throw shots, those shots right at the foul line all evening.
Throwing down court to Ishmael. In trouble, looking for help. Finds Capuano. Missed it. Ishmael right there.
Basket by Ishmael.
And we talked about them being aggressive. They throw it over the top. Here's Carter. 3-pointer. Good for Javon Carter. And struggling a little with his shot. Looked again in that practice today like he began to find a rhythm in a stroke. Hits that first one. Another turnover. Carter, top of the key. Ooh, in and out. Adrian battling, and Adrian inside. And Manhattan wants a timeout. West Virginia has jumped out to a 15-5 lead. 15:33 remaining in the first half. Bob Huggins and his team up on top early. Well, the Mountaineers are built on defense. Press Virginia, they like to call them. The turnover margin, the forced turnovers, each ranking first in the nation. Steals at 12.8, ranked second. This is something that, again, Manhattan would like to be able to do as well. They do very well in the MAC conference. But again, facing a big, big challenge here tonight with the Mountaineers. And able to just break the press. Another ball handler. Tyler Wilson is checked in. Ojo skips right to Capuano. 3, too strong. Carter comes away with it for the Mountaineers. There's Tavon Myers. Tough move. A.K. Ojo with the rebound.
Yeah, it was a very difficult shot inside.
Brandon Watkins going to be whistled for a foul. Looked like he had the block initially and then called a personal foul.
See if he gets it with the body.
13 foul.
Yeah, that was a foul, but with the contact they've been letting go, I could see them letting that one go.
At the line for Manhattan, Xavier Turner, 2 shots.
Turner will step to the free throw line, 83% free throw shooter. Was the MAC Rookie of the Year a couple years ago, transferred. You know, guys can transfer sometimes and lose a year. He really made that year count, worked extremely hard, and has become very early in the season apparently the team's leader. Again, without their leading scorer, which we have not mentioned yet, Rich Williams, a senior, had surgery expected back in the next 10 days.
Yeah, that's a big hole for them.
Daxter Miles Jr. checking in.
Turner has picked it up.
Yep, you can see Masiello really thinks his team is, let's say, indoctrinate 5 or 7 new players, I beg your pardon. They feel like they can be a factor in the MAC race. Tavon Myers, all kinds of bodies on the floor. And they're going to call a kick on Ojo. He came up hobbling. A lot of effort here.
Yes, it was. A few floor burns.
Oh, he caught the back of his foot there, yes.
The floor burns don't hurt much now. It's when you get in the shower after the game that they really they let you know that you're on the court.
Aggressive 2-3 zone. Brandon Watkins, and he will hit. Also playing with much more confidence.
Yes, he is. I think he's healthy for once.
Yeah, that certainly helps. And we get yet another turnover, a travel called here. Aaron Walker will check in for Javier Turner.
Number 11, Aaron Walker Jr.
You know, Manhattan played Saturday night against Detroit. That's not much time to try to prepare for heat like this.
No, it is not. You mentioned they do practice. You said West Virginia doesn't practice much against the 2-3 zone because they don't run it themselves. They do at least practice against the pressure. But again, as we've seen time and time again, there's pressure and there's West Virginia pressure.
Exactly. .18 on the shot clock.
10-point West Virginia lead. And Ojo's going to be whistled for the personal foul on the push inside.
Manhattan foul number 1.
Fresh 30 as West Virginia will inbound underneath its own basket. Daxter Miles Jr., 3 off the mark. Rebound to Wilson. And Walker a little trouble with the handle.
Yeah, Walker may have gotten away with it.
And Watkins there to challenge at the rim. Boy, nice to have that security blanket defensively on the other end as Myers drives the lane and is fouled. You know, you can be a little aggressive, don't you, when you're out there on the defense to know that there's a shot blocker like Watkins to clean things up.
Canate coming in for Watkins, and you've seen him block shots as well.
And number 50, Sagaba Canate.
Phillip back in the game as well. Sags Canate, the impressive-looking freshman. Adrian in the corner. A nice weak side rebound by Myers. Usillo tries to save but can't. Samson Usillo, who's checked in from Nigeria, one of the 5 foreign-born players we talked about for Manhattan.
Myers has a unique ability to get inside around the trees and come down with rebounds.
Here's Canate, a little long on the jump hook there, comes up short, a little long distance for that particular shot, it would seem. Here's Walker in trouble. Gets it to Usillo. Usillo, strong move to the basket.
Samson Usillo.
In the corner, Myers. Rainbow is good. Tavon Myers.
The one thing you have to like about Myers, he does not hesitate when he comes in. He put up with a lot of confidence.
He was a leading scorer in junior college a couple years ago. Now another turnover. Here's Miles Jr.
Dexter Miles Jr.
Usillo, strong move. Altered by Canate. Back comes West Virginia. All kinds of contact here, and a 3-second call in the lane.
Easy slam for Dexter Miles here after the turnover.
Check back from Manhattan.
Should always be hustling when you're up front, because as much as West Virginia turns you over, you're going to get some cheap baskets.
Inbounded to Turner.
Lamont West in the ball game. We've seen him.
Ishmael has it pinned by Canate, but they're going to call a goaltend. Yeah, Lamont West is
Goaltending call.
impressive-looking redshirt freshman. It's nice to see these guys. We're talking about Myers in that second year looking so much more comfortable and confident. You see that with Issa Ahmad as well, the sophomore. Myers a senior, but again, transfer from junior college. A little late on the look to West, and it's going to be out of bounds in Manhattan ball. So they do force a turnover here. West Virginia up. 11:55 remaining. They lead by the score of 22-11. Tavon Myers in the big 3 for the Mountaineers.
11-point lead for the Mountaineers, 8 minutes in here at the Coliseum. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Well, for Manhattan head coach Steve Masiello, he's had a few good things going on for himself recently, along with being the head coach of a big-time basketball program. He recently got engaged to his girlfriend, Andrea Conti, and he also has the support of his mother, Kit, who travels to every single game. Now, he also takes with him every day the memory of his father, Steve, affectionately known to everyone around the program as Mr. Mass, who passed away many years ago suddenly. They keep a seat open at the end of the bench, the one right next to the scorer's table. That is the one that stays open each and every game to carry the memory of his father with him. And they also leave a chair open for their chaplain, Father George Hill, who passed away earlier this school year, Robin Warren.
Yeah, and they also are wearing patches in memory of Father George Hill as well. You might be able to see them up in the upper left breast of the players, and there's the empty seat, and 2 of them.
Manhattan down, photo number 3, Xavier Turner is first.
The way the Jaspers, in case you're wondering, were named after Brother Jasper.
I looked that up today.
The athletic director, and he
Jasper
invented the 7th inning stretch.
Said he was a baseball coach.
He was a baseball
fans
guy.
were sitting on their behinds and not standing up, so he stopped the game, called a timeout, and had everybody stand up. Yeah, I found that interesting.
Brother Jasper. Well, the Jaspers have slowed West Virginia a little and almost come up with some turnovers. West Virginia handling it pretty well.
Yeah, they've gone to a 2-2-1 press, and that's trying to slow West Virginia down some. Not so much to steal the ball, but to slow them down.
7 Mountaineers in score. Boy, Issa Ahmad is just looking in command of his game, drains another one. He leads all scorers with 7. Another turnover. Ahmad comes up with it and had to save it. Carter has this blocked. He was looking around for a foul call. No call. And a good hesitation move by Wilson. Right now with Williams out, Wilson, the lone senior coming back from a season ago that saw significant time.
I think they called that on Sags. West was in the vicinity, though.
Yep, it is on Kanate. Wilson misses the first.
At the line, Tyler Wilson.
Had been 9 for 10 in the year from the free throw line, so a rare miss for him.
Watkins was up to come in for Sags, but he's back down. West Virginia going with a smaller lineup. And again, the Jaspers with 2-2-1 pressure.
The West Virginia foul was on Sags by Kanate, his first, team foul number 4.
And able to break the Manhattan pressure. Here's West, open, missed the shot. Rebound to Usillo.
West sort of rushed that shot. He had time to really get set.
Well, Turner tried to split the double team. Ahmad!
That's what you call a flush, isn't it?
That was a flush. Authoritative 9 points for Issa Ahmad. Coming off that career high against Temple. He had 19 and here it is again.
First, team foul number 5.
All he had to decide was how he was going to dunk.
Yeah. This is the way he selected. Soaring high. 14-point lead and another turnover.
I don't think you want your 7'2" guy handling the basketball.
Well, he's a nice big target in the middle of the floor, but then right, he has to get it to somebody else.
Checking back in for Manhattan.
A.K. Ojo back in. They have some height, but again, a lot of it new. Xavier Pert is a, we'll see him, I would think at some point, 6'10", 270 from Miami. Oh, Issa Ahmad, slick move inside. Mentioned A.K. Ojo, just a sophomore. And transfer Ishmael. Kicked in the corner, Capuano for 3, no good. Rebound to Carter.
Those are the shots Manhattan has to hit. When they do break the pressure, they get an open look, they have to knock those down.
Ooh, nice leave inside. And Ahmad is fouled. We'll go to the free throw line. Good look from Tavon Myers.
Manhattan foul call on number 1, A.K. Ojo, his second. Team foul number 6.
Crossover and Ojo whistled for the foul, his second.
Shots.
Nathan Adrian checking back in.
Checking in for Manhattan, Walker.
Crawford
Jr.
back in.
Crawford.
And Aaron Walker.
Back to the Mountaineers, number 11.
You talk about, you know, they've gotten all these new players, and then they have Samson Usillo, who's basically a new player because he missed the last 2 years with an injury. And then you have the man who just checked in, Crawford, who was hurt early last year. So, yeah, they've got some guys that have been around a little bit but have been injured. So a lot of moving parts here for Steve Masiello. Turner
out of control that time.
Kind of single-handedly breaking the press, but there is Rich Williams, the senior from Brooklyn, originally from Jamaica. Should be back in the next 10 days or so, averaged over 14 points, 6 rebounds a game. So that's a big piece taken out of this Manhattan lineup.
I'm talking to the play-by-play guys from Manhattan. They said that these games are good. They think they're going to be just fine in conference play. And they think playing games like this against Virginia will help them immensely.
Boy, we are just seeing Issa Ahmad blossom in front of our eyes. Another turnover. Adrian to West. And West fouled by Walker.
Nate says if I had known you weren't going to make the layup, I would have. He unselfishly gave him the ball.
Hold on, number 11, Aaron Walker Jr.
Good steal by
His
Adrian.
second team foul, number 7.
I'll give it up to my teammate. And West gets it partially blocked, but was fouled.
At the line, Lamont West, 2 shots.
Well, this team has become very reliant on Turner. And again, part of that is just getting the new players indoctrinated to the system. Steve Masiello played for those Rick Pitino teams in the late 1990s, won a championship in '95. Then a couple years later when Masiello was on the team, nobody played more than about 20, 25 minutes a game.
Right.
They had several future NBA players. They all bought in this hard pressing style. And he played 44 minutes the other night, did Turner, in that double overtime game. And he doesn't want to see anybody playing that many minutes. They're going to get this straightened out. It was deflected out of bounds by West Virginia and should be Manhattan basketball. Well, maybe not.
Officials conferred, and
they conferred and said it's West Virginia basketball. Well, my apologies. Adrian, nice dump down to Watkins. He hands off to Ahmad. All kinds of contact, and they're going to say out of bounds on Ahmad, and West Virginia turns it over to Manhattan.
It was too tight inside to try to make that pass.
Checking in the Mountaineers, number 50, Sagaba Kanate.
That was more of a handoff.
Yes.
Worried about the mesh point in the option there. Turner to Crawford. Ooh, nice hang and hit by Calvin Crawford.
Basket by Calvin Crawford.
And again, they are able to set up the 2-2-1. Really hasn't given West Virginia much trouble to this point.
Philip thought about the 3. So did Ahmad. Now Carter will pull it off the mark. Nice recovery by Turner. And now lost his own. Issa Ahmad in there again, and he and Crawford battling. It's going to be called a jump ball possession arrow to West Virginia.
Jump ball, possession arrow.
The crowd at the Coliseum likes the effort.
Well, Ahmad really, leading by example here. Not only is he scoring, but giving up the body on the defensive end.
Well, we've seen this time and time again as Xavier Pert checks in for the first time. Lamont West also back in the game for West Virginia with Sags Kanate. We've seen it so often where teams think that once they get it over half court, they're safe, because most teams will relax that pressure. And West Virginia just keeps coming at you.
West Virginia has a lot of traffic coming from behind, and you have to be aware that those guys are coming from behind.
Push. And we have a timeout. West Virginia up 31-14. Issa Ahmad has been so impressive coming off the 19-point performance against Temple. Ahmad on his way to perhaps another career high tonight for the Mountaineers. And look at Manhattan tonight. 14 points and 14 turnovers caused by this West Virginia defense. Miles Jr. hits the free throw.
West Virginia sets up that press after the make, but they press after the miss too.
Right.
So
60% free throw shooter a year ago. Miles hits them both. They worked on this play this morning. Here's Walker. Oh my, a circus shot. A great recovery by Daxter Miles Jr., but Walker, what a shot.
yes, it was.
Now, they really like Aaron Walker. who was recruited by bigger schools like Cincinnati, St. Bonaventure, chose Manhattan. Real recruiting coup for them. Kanata misses another jump hook. Wilson right down the middle. Has it altered by Kanata. Pert, boy, had that partially blocked, it appeared, but Xavier Pert.
Pert at 270 takes up a lot of space inside.
One of 3 players whose first name starts with the letter Z on this team. I would think that's the most in Division I basketball. I wouldn't bet on it for sure. Myers, nice dump down to Kanate.
Excellent play by Myers.
And another turnover, 15th for Manhattan.
Checking in from Mountaineers, number 20, Brandon Watkins. Heading from Manhattan,
Really not a whole lot for Kanate to do, but make sure he caught it and then dunked it.
Really clever pass inside by Myers. Able to create the angle by extending the arm out, getting a good feed in. West off the mark. Rebound to Brandon Watkins.
Watkins had it knocked away, but stuck with it.
Again, as you mentioned, healthy and looking like a new player this year. Turner able to break the pressure. Capuano in trouble. And Manhattan scrambling around. Half the shot clock has elapsed, and they are nowhere near into getting into their offense. Ooh, Pert. Wow, I say that, and Pert just takes it by himself.
He just bowled his way to the basket for that one.
4 quick points off the bench for Xavier Pert. Myers lost the handle on the way in. Brandon Watkins pumps, goes up, is fouled, then will go to the free throw line.
Seeing a lot more energy from West Virginia than you did the first half of that Temple basketball game.
Oh, I think that was a point of emphasis for Bob Huggins.
His first. Team foul number 9.
I would think that would be something that was communicated.
At the line, Brandon Watkins, 2 shots.
Watkins goes to the free throw line. Just 1 for 6 from the free throw line this season.
He's anything but automatic.
1 for 7 now. Couple big guys checking back in.
And that's huge because down the stretch of a ball game, it's difficult to have him on the floor if he's shooting. West Virginia as a team not really shooting well from the free throw line, but certainly your bigs need to be able to. That was the one thing that Devin Williams really did well for West Virginia last year. When he was fouled down the stretch, he stepped up and knocked him down.
And Watkins does hit the second.
I think he needed that for confidence.
And they're going to call an offensive foul on a push-off drawn by Tavon Myers.
Yeah, part of that, Rob, is frustration. After a while, you know, you just get, we can't get the ball up the court. I'll try anything here. And of course, that was an obvious push-off.
When it's trouble just getting the ball in, that is tough. Watkins short and comes right to Adrian. Missed the short one. Ahmad keeping it alive with Miles Jr. Finally, Manhattan comes away with it. There's Capuano on the run. And Ahmad swats it away.
Boy, Ahmad just relaxed and took his time, too. Didn't have to be real aggressive.
Boy, he just looks, you said relax. I mean, he just looks like he is in command of his game right now. Ahmad gets in front of that one, bats it out of bounds. Bob Huggins trying to help out, but it'll be Manhattan basketball.
I'm not going to make too many comparisons, but right now, the way Ahmad's playing, he kind of reminds you of George Niang that played for Iowa State. The complete ball game that he had. Niang had those abilities to go out and hit the shot outside, go inside, do whatever, and that's what Ahmad looks like.
And Watkins is going to draw his second personal foul on the drive to the basket by Zane Waterman.
West Virginia foul on number 20, Brandon.
You have to understand that you cannot block everything that comes down the lane.
At the line, Zane Waterman, 2 shots.
I think one of the things Bob Huggins said at one time was, you know, we're losing Devin Williams, but between Watkins, Macon, and Sags now, we have 15 fouls that we can use up.
Yeah, and they're looking to get double-digit points and rebounds combined out of the 3 of those.
Yes.
Waterman has been perhaps the most consistent player for the Jaspers early on. Hits them both.
Number 2, Jamal Carter.
Carter checks back in for Myers. And Walker in for Capuano.
You know, getting back to Ahmad, after the loss of Devin Williams last year, going earlier, I think Ahmad said, I'm going to have to step up, and that's what he's doing.
Well, no matter how well-regarded a player is in freshman, coming in as a freshman, sometimes it takes guys a year to develop. Here's Ahmad. Oh my, another three-pointer. 17 points.
We talked about him improving his range, and he also has the post-up game. That's going to be a matchup nightmare for coaches.
And a great passer and getting some things done defensively as well. Great basketball acumen. Tough shot, rebound to Waterman. Ahmad right there to bat it away. If nothing else, stop a fast break opportunity for the Jaspers. Wilson kicks in the corner. West Virginia recovers. Walker just swallowed up, and it's Macon with the ball. Into Adrian, jump hook, no good. Rebound by Ishmael and a personal foul called, and this might be on Macon. If it is, that will be Elijah Macon's 3rd personal foul, but many other things going right for Bob Huggins' squad. 3:54 remaining. They lead by the score of 41-22.
Boy, Issa Ahmad really stepping his game up. You see him inside, and then he hits the mid-range jump shot, and now he's added the 3-point shot. He just has so much confidence, and we know that he can dunk. And that's not mentioning all the things that he's been doing on the defensive end for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, Issa Ahmad off to a terrific start. He's 7 for 7 from the floor. By the way, the rest of West Virginia is 9 for 27. So Ahmad 17 of the Mountaineers, 41 points. Usalo misses the free throw. Front end of a 1-and-1 is rebounded by Adrian. And you talk about opportunities for Manhattan. Front end of 1-and-1s. Missed 3-pointers that are open on the break. Adrian into Konate. Konate spins. Pretty good defense by Ahmed Ishmael.
Konate and Adrian actually the last time down floor.
Here's Carter. Ooh, nice job by Capuano. As Nathan Adrian trying to get it to him quickly, and we go over to Robbie Makowski.
Well, guys, in 3 minutes and 19 seconds, we have the halftime report coming your way on Root Sports. We'll do a nice little feature on Nathan Adrian and what his teammates think of his new haircut. Some call it a mullet. Some people say they get a kick out of it. And also, we'll talk to Nikki Izzo-Brown, who has been the only head coach in program history for WVU women's soccer. They're down to the final 4 teams, and the Mountaineers are one of them. We'll get her thoughts on heading to the final 4 at halftime, guys.
Yeah, pretty cool. #1 seed. As Nathan Adrian to Miles, and Miles lays it in. So Nathan Adrian, 6 rebounds and 5 assists early in this first half. Long pass, no one home. Carter looks to attack. Watkins thinking about that 17-footer. Adrian into him. Pretty pass and a great finish by Daxter Miles Jr. right down the middle.
Timeout, Manhattan.
Well, West Virginia, that shot clock or shot chart is going to be just cluttered inside.
.45-22, West Virginia leading. The Manhattan Jaspers team that, as a lot of these mid-majors do, playing a very difficult schedule. This is officially the last game of the NIT season tip-off. 11 games against teams from 11 different conferences. They'll be traveling around, playing some competition, but that's okay. He wants, Steve Masiello wants his team ready for his conference play. Mid-Atlantic Athletic Conference feels like they can be a contender. Been to the NCAA tournament 2 of the past 3 years, as we mentioned, also to the CIT. And knows his team has some growing. We talked about some new players playing without their leading scorer from a year ago, Rich Williams. It really feels like these games will help his team get ready for tournament play.
He was also a ball boy for the New York Knicks, too.
How about that?
Yeah, how neat would that have been?
And they've been a factor in that tournament, that postseason tournament. You know, it's pretty much been a one league team. And a couple times in the last 20 years they've gotten 2 teams, but it's pretty much you have to win that tournament to get into the NCAAs. How about that? Ball boy for the Knicks. I wonder what era that would have been. I imagine probably late 80s, early 90s. Waterman. 3-pointer's good for Zane Waterman.
Zane Waterman.
Once again, West Virginia able to get it over the timeline in good stead. Cutting Nathan Adrian is able to finish.
Nathan Adrian.
These games have become somewhat typical for Nathan Adrian. 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists for Nathan Adrian.
And, you know, give Ahmad a lot of credit. Just his presence. He was out on the wing. The defense had to come out on him. He caught a cutting Adrian in for an easy layup.
And hits it to complete the 3-point play. Flung up there by Wilson. Crawford giving chase. Is going to be out of bounds on Crawford and will be West Virginia basketball again. Turnovers pushed up over 20 now. 21 turnovers. It is 3 for West Virginia. I would think that's one area Bob Huggins will be pleased with. Look, the defense, yes, 21 is a lot, but just 3 turnovers on his end.
No, that's exactly right. You know.
Number 13, James Long.
And something else Bob Huggins looks for, too. It's not necessarily just the turnover, it's the deflections you get as well. And there's been a ton of those.
Ahmad checks out with those 17 points. Credited with 3 turnovers as well. James Long getting an early look. Watkins the pump fake. There's Adrian cutting, and he'll get 2 more chances at the free throw line.
Adrian doing a good job of reading and finding the seams in that defense. Good pass by Watkins, gave it to him where he could go right into his shot.
At the line, Nathan Adrian, 2 shots.
And Calvin Crawford whistled for the foul. Adrian hits the first. So you have 2 guys like Adrian and Ahmad. 6'9" for Adrian, 6'8" for Ahmad, who can step out and hit the 3. They can pass, they can rebound, they can defend. Very, very good combination for Bob Huggins. The crowd wants to see Long get a shot. Oh, beautiful feed. Carter with a miss. Watkins follows. Carter gets it back. He'll flip it out to Long. 3-pointer on the way. He's fouled. He'll have a chance to shoot 3 free throws.
Manhattan is saying, what else can go wrong for us now?
Manhattan foul photo number 14, Calvin Crawford.
Crawford picks up another, his 3rd personal foul. Oh.
Yeah, you've got to take an angle where you don't make contact on that play.
3 shots.
James gets the first to roll home.
Soft touch.
From Charleston, West Virginia. It's been his first year at Wofford. And walk-on hits his 2nd.
He'll bring the free throw average up.
Yep, 2 for 3.
They're not jinxing, man.
Long whistle for the blocking foul, so Capuano will get a couple of free throws.
West Virginia foul called on
75% free throw shooter.
His first personal, team foul number 8. Check in for Manhattan.
Bob Huggins
number 11,
has some
Aaron
words.
Walker Jr. At the line, Thomas Capuano.
Important to treat everybody the same. Walk-on, star player, and Bob Huggins does that. We had a halftime feature that Robbie and Mikowski put together a couple of games ago where James Long says he's very familiar with the treadmill. You get the wrath of Bob Huggins in the preseason workouts and you head to the treadmill. He said he's very acquainted. Once had a trifecta, 3 treadmills in a row for James Long. Bob Huggins closing in on career win number 796. Amazing career. Carter takes it right to the basket. Ishmael going to be whistled for the foul. The big guy's getting in some foul trouble. Second on Ishmael.
Manhattan foul.
You know, the Manhattan locker room at halftime, where do you even start? You know, you haven't had many opportunities at the offensive end because you haven't been able to get the ball off the floor.
No, and you're being doubled up on the score, very close to it. Turned the ball over well over 20 times already. I think that's where you start. Listen, we got to stop turning the ball over, but you know, as much as they're in really good shape and you know, seeing some hands and some hips here and some tired Manhattan guys right now. West Virginia will do that. Sometimes we've seen that so often. We talked about it last game, Warren, that you know, a team comes in here, they're just shocked. They practice, you know, to be ready for this press, but they're shocked at the speed and athleticism with which and relentlessness with which it attacks them. Then even if they do get used to it, they're so exhausted that they really have a hard time taking advantage of it. Yep. And this will be another turnover.
Carter with those quick hands, deflecting the ball off a Manhattan player. I think it was Wilson.
Steve Masiello, by the way, should pick up his 100th win this season, has 94 coming into this game. Just his 6th season as a head coach, so he's off to a pretty good start as well. Brandon Watkins.
Brandon Watkins.
7 points for him. Nice little shot by Watkins. Took his time, put it up.
Boy, they just do beat the timeline. 10 seconds. Crawford, three-pointer, off the mark. Hurt the rebound. Carter the other way. He's fouled by Waterman.
Well, Carter has really been mobbing up the floor. Wow.
Yeah, he plays hard.
He does. You know, Jawan State used to take a lot of shots like that. You know. No fear at all.
Second personal on Waterman. He has 8 of their 27 points, by the way, so they do not want to see him get into foul trouble.
In a lot of the practices and shooting rounds that I've seen with opposing teams coming in here, they all try the same thing, and that's putting 8 or 9 guys out there to try to hit. And it's
to simulate it, right? Yeah. And they'll give Waterman a break. They don't want him to get into foul trouble. He already has 2. They don't want him to pick up one more here in this final 22.6 seconds of the first half. And Carter hits them both. And we get it across the timeline. Deflected and out of bounds. Another turnover.
Yeah, one of the few times you break it, they may have something to go.
Vito Bolden will check in for the first time.
Beetle really not showing any of the ill effects of that knee injury he suffered having to sit out last year.
Know one thing about him. You watched him last year as he was recovering from that knee injury. He can shoot.
Yes, he can.
6 for 13 from three-point range this year. Carter lobs to Long. Oh, back to Adrian. Pump fake. One more look. Extra look. Corner. Long again at the buzzer. It's good. Great ball movement. His teammates. Look at that. Tavon Myers hugging James Long. Couldn't be happier for him. Great ball movement.
Always a place for a good shooter.
60-27 West Virginia. An impressive first half. Head coach Bob Huggins has got to be pleased with this, as at the buzzer you see the light go off as the ball's in the air. Long the three-pointer. 60-27, and Bob Huggins is standing by with Robbie and Mikowski.
Yeah, we're about to find out what Bob thinks of Bob. You forced 25 turnovers in that first half. How do you assess your team's response after a disappointing performance Friday against Temple in the loss?
We're playing with a lot more emotion, I think. I don't know. I mean, when we play with emotion, we can make some things happen, and I think we did a better job at the rim.
How about Issa Ahmad coming off a career performance in the last game? 17 points in the first half, a perfect 7 for 7. What has he brought to your team?
Well, obviously he made shots in the first half. I think we can get him mismatched with people playing him at the three. There are not a lot of threes. There are 6-7.
Thanks, Bob.
Yep.
Guys?
Robbie, thank you very much. Bob Huggins' team coming up after that disappointing loss and coming out with a strong first half performance. 60-27, they lead Manhattan. Halftime show coming up next at the WVU Coliseum here on Root Sports. At the WVU Coliseum, West Virginia in the latest rankings, they've slipped from 19 to 25 after the loss to Temple. Not too happy with that was head coach Bob Huggins, and his team came out and responded in that first half tonight.
Really, Rob, West Virginia got whatever they wanted. They did. When they need to go inside, they could. When they need to steal the ball, they did. You know, when they need to hit outside shots, they did. Everything that they tried worked.
25 turnovers forced. Issa Ahmad had 3 steals. Also 17 points for Issa Ahmad. You talk about inside out, the dunk, three-pointer. And then how about James Long at the buzzer, the walk-on with a three-pointer. He has 5 points as well as we take a look at stats. And the Mountaineers, again, how about the Jaspers with the rebounding edge? They've out-rebounded their opponents this year, but really everything else heavily in favor of West Virginia.
I just saw that. That's hard to believe. You wouldn't think that stat would even be there, but they have. They've out-rebounded West Virginia by 3.
Well, part of that, too, is there's so few defensive rebounds for West Virginia because they've turned them over 25 times. Right? Most of the rebounds happen on the defensive end, so that's no doubt part of it as well. Steve Masiello looking to get his team revved up and play 20 good minutes of basketball. Manhattan knew this would be a challenge. Again, without Rich Williams, he has not yet played this year, leading scorer from a year ago, had surgery. They're expecting him back in the next 10 days or so. Led by Zane Waterman's 8 points in the first half. He is inbounding right in front of our broadcast position. Jaspers in the green and West Virginia in the white uniforms, the home white. And they're able to successfully inbound the ball to Xavier Turner.
West Virginia back in the man-to-man to start the second half.
And again, all kinds of pressure. Skip to Waterman, corner, 3, short. Rebound to Phillip. Issa Ahmad challenged at the rim by Ahmed Ishmael, but he will pick up the foul, and Ahmad will go to the free throw line.
Well, it was good recognition by Issa Ahmad. He saw that he had the whole left side of the court open, and he just took the ball and went to the basket, drew the foul.
Issa Ahmad, 2 shots.
So Ahmad had 19. That was a career high against Temple. Now is 18. And Ahmad has topped his career high. So back-to-back 19-point games for Issa Ahmad.
I have a funny feeling he's going to break that this evening.
Yes, I think he's got an excellent chance of doing that. Capuano. Oh, nice pull-up from the free throw line. That time able to break the pressure and attack.
Well, Capuano did a nice job. He didn't challenge the big guys inside. Pulled up and took the easy 10-footer.
Nathan skips to Carter. Issa Ahmad. Extra pass to Phillip. Three-pointer. That is short. But Nathan Adrian there to clean it up. Rebound. 2 more points for Nathan Adrian, who continues to close in on a triple-double. Capuano with a three-pointer. Foul underneath the basket. It's going to be called on Ishmael. And Ahmed Ishmael is going to pick up his 4th personal foul. Well, it looks like he's been upset by a couple of the calls, and you're going to see here in the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, that's one that's right in front of the official. It's almost impossible to miss that. And again, that's some frustration.
Yep. Ooh, Phillip. Challenge at the rim by Ojo, who comes away with the block. Ahmad, another steal. 4th of the game for him, but then turned it back over. Ojo looking for help. We'll give to Capuano.
Bob Huggins not happy with that turnover by Ahmad. Secure the ball. Find one of your guards.
Three-pointer is good by Xavier Turner.
Three-point basket.
Xavier Turner, I beg your pardon. And Walker Jr. will pick up the personal foul.
You hear Bob Huggins yelling at his team, you guys want to play? You want to play? I don't think they've started out with the intensity that he expected to see.
Capuano deflects it out of bounds off Bob Huggins. Now, Bob Huggins made it very clear, and you did, one of your keys was 40, not 20. They didn't come out strong in the first 20 against Temple. They had a much better second half, but after a good first half, not quite as strong here as Macon scored. So early on, Bob Huggins looking for more from his team.
Right.
And they get it. Phillip, Adrian, layup, good. 13 for Nathan Adrian. Can Turner track it down? Nope. Another turnover.
Checking in for Manhattan, number
So aggressive on the steal. Nathan Adrian, again, the recipient being on that point.
And number 5, Tyler Wilson.
Waterman out. Wilson will check back in. So going with a very small lineup. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so no, Walker did check out. So first of all, they had 6 guys out there. I don't think they're going to allow that. Carter breaks the timeline right to the basket. Ojo blocks it again.
Well,
Like
Mount
the time
Rizzo
we've seen
learn
that scenario.
here,
Yeah.
You'll learn after a while. This big guy sitting back there waiting just to swat everything that comes inside.
Wilson kicks out to Turner. Pass off the mark, though, so he can't gather and shoot. 15 in the shot clock. Turner in the corner. Nice pass. 3 on the way. No good by Wilson. Macon out running ahead. And he's fouled by Wilson.
About all Wilson could do. Macon had a thunder dunk in mind.
Manhattan foul, photo number 5, Tyler Wilson, his first personal, team foul number 4.
Right at our camera position.
At the line, Elijah Macon.
Everybody okay down there? Yep. Looks. All right. Macon misses. All right, Amy. All right. You good? She's plenty tough. Macon miss, but we're going to have a lane violation. Making just a 46% free throw shooter. a year ago, getting better in that category. This year, 73%.
Well,
but,
you know, games are going to get tighter. Sometime, very soon, like probably next Saturday, free throws are going to be at a premium. We're going to have to be able to hit those.
Watkins in for Macon. Across the timeline. And again, still not into the offense now with 17 on the shot clock. So 13 seconds elapsed before they even get a chance to begin thinking about getting into their offense. Cap, you want a tough step back three. Crawford kept it alive, but goes out of bounds. And Steve Masiello right now just clapping his hands, walking up and down the bench, trying to encourage his team to keep fighting.
Really not a whole lot more that you can do. You know, if you totally get down as the coach, then your ball club can follow that. So, as difficult as it is to stay pumped up, you have to do something and look for positives out of this game. Again, they're not going to run into anybody in their conference anywhere close to as deep and talented as West Virginia.
Carter. Usillo who picks up the foul.
Manhattan foul called on number 52, Samson
Usillo, academically a junior, basketball-wise just a sophomore, and unless he can appeal for a 6th year. The redshirt season is had a knee problem in college or in high school, and led to further problems that have kept him out of the lineup. Phillips the pump fake. Now the step back. Pretty good recovery by Crawford defensively. Naquan Council. Crawford ran right into Watkins.
Yeah, no call.
And now tied up. And it'll be a jump ball, and it will be West Virginia basketball. So the Mountaineers leading by the score of 69-35. It has been an impressive performance since the opening tip. Issa Ahmad with 19 points leading the way for the Mountaineers. Bob Huggins looking for a response game. Ahmad and his teammates have given him that. He has 19, Nathan Adrian 13, and the Mountaineers a commanding 69-35 lead. Issa Ahmad does not have a rebound in the game, but 19 points, 2 assists, 5 steals for Issa Ahmad.
Well, if you're on the offensive end, if you don't miss any shots, it's kind of hard to get a rebound.
Yes. Yep, Issa 7 for 7 from the floor. When they get Brandon Watkins in the corner, they're going to call him for a foul. So good aggressive trap for Manhattan.
Yeah.
First time we've really seen that work. Just the 4th turnover, beg your pardon, 5th turnover for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, that surprised the Mountaineers. Watkins not ready for that at all.
Usillo doubled. Past Wilson. And that is the 30th turnover for Manhattan. Record, by the way, for the Mountaineers, in case you're wondering, 36 against VMI 2 years ago. Issa Ahmad, who tried to go to Watkins off his head, bouncing right back to Miles. I don't know as they'll give Watkins an assist on that, but off the noggin and right to Miles. I mean, perfect. Caught him right in stride, right in the pocket.
Ball had a little heat on it, but Watkins wasn't nowhere close to ready for that pass.
Oh, my. Well, saved by Crawford. It would have been the 31st turnover. Now Watkins will be whistled for the foul.
West Virginia foul called on number
We saw
20, Brandon
Macon
Watkins.
have a foul very similar to that. You can't have your bigs getting fouls, 27, 28 feet from the basket.
3rd on Watkins, so he heads to the bench. Sags Kanate will take his place. (72-35). Skip over to Naquan Council. His three-pointer short. Boy, Usillo skying for that. And a good follow-up on the other end. Samson Usillo only 6'4". Impressive rebound as Council able to score finally for the Jaspers. Then Sags Konate.
Sags a little better at time inside. A couple of his jump hooks have been short. He was a step too far out. So.
Konate has shown a flair for blocking shots. Gets a piece of one there and turned over. Crawford and Adrian will battle for it, and they're going to say it is West Virginia basketball. And now things getting a little physical down there. And over at the Manhattan bench, Ahmed Ishmael, who has not been happy, had charged out to the scorer's table. He's finally held back, so each team trying to gather themselves a little bit. This thing's got a little feisty here. Let's get a look at it.
Yeah, and actually just a lot of good basketball right there. First hustle. Can't really see what precipitated the whole thing here. Nate Adrian's just going after the basketball.
Yep.
Saw a couple of guys coming in. Couldn't tell who they were, but coming in from outside of the fray and diving in.
Maybe they thought, see the astonished look at the young lady behind Nathan Adrian there.
Well, the officials are going to take a look at this and see if anybody unnecessarily dove into the pile.
Well, one more look here, and again, Nathan Adrian in there now. Things get up high a little bit, hard to say, and
yeah, there.
And then Walker
comes in, gives a shove, and of course Tavon Myers steps in between him. So
I'm not sure if Walker was. Yeah, I'm not sure what he was doing there. I don't know whether he was trying to get his own teammate off or whether he was, but certainly looked like West Virginia thought something was going on there. Both coaches will be informed.
Well, I don't know that anybody will get tossed here, but you can look for the officials to really tighten up on the calls just now.
We're going to get an explanation now. So they're going to call Walker, who was the one pushing in there, a dead ball technical. We thank the officials for coming over and letting us know what's going on. So Aaron Walker, the freshman, came over. He was, again, you had three guys, Nathan Adrian, two players from Manhattan wrestling for the ball, and Walker came over and gave a shove, and that's the technical.
Walker was well outside of the scrum that went on.
So again, you can see Council diving in there. Here's going to come Walker. And Walker gives Nathan Adrian a shove. I think that's a good call by the officials. I think they got it right.
Even at that, I look for them to tighten up a little bit here and call it a little closer. They don't want things to get out of control.
Nathan hits the first. Walker, because of that, dead ball technical, is charged with his fourth personal foul of the game. And Adrian hits them both. Walker remains in the game. Vermont West will check in for Nathan Adrian. Myers lost the handle. Council back the other way. Tough shot. Naquan Council. And I think Issa Ahmad took a shot to the eye.
Yeah, Issa Ahmad had some discomfort. Didn't see exactly what happened.
Looks like his left eye.
Oh. Sags gets him with a left hook.
We're going to go in and take a look at Issa Ahmad.
Number 14, Chase Harlow.
I know because I've talked with him. Sags took out one of Brandon Watkins' teeth, took a tooth out too, so he's pretty good at it.
Getting our first look at Chase Harlow.
Manhattan foul called on number 0, Naquan Council.
From Moundsville, West Virginia, went to Wheeling Central. He's a freshman as Tavon Myers steps to the free throw line.
Tavon Myers, 1-1.
And he will hit the first.
Again, talking about that free throw shooting, that's going to be huge, especially when you get close to conference play. So many games determined by, 5 points or less, and the free throw line can make such a big difference.
Well, you can make yourself so valuable to your team, and the coaching staff earn their trust by being able to hit those big free throws. And be out in the moments everyone wants to be there, the big moments at the end of the game. As Walker's three is too strong, Myers the rebound. Oh my, Tavon Myers getting some oohs and ahs from the crowd here at the WVU Coliseum.
Manhattan foul has been called on number 12, Xavier Pert, his second team foul.
Picks up the second foul. This is the first one they liked.
2 shots.
Would have brought down the house if that had dropped. Missed the first. Ito Bolden will be checking in for Tavon Myers.
When you put up a shot like that with Bob Huggins, it better go down, or you're probably going to have a seat on the pine.
Well, it got him one. Myers out and Bolden in.
Checking in for the Mountaineers, number 3, Beetle Bolden.
Kurt and Kanata tangled up, and another turnover for the Manhattan Jaspers.
I don't know how many times you practice that long pass. I can't believe that's something that they work on a daily basis in practice.
Well, they did it on a release when everybody was up, but not to a big man when you're tangled up halfway down the court. Here's Kanata, jump hook. Baxter Miles Jr. got a hand on it, soaring high, but it's out of bounds on him. It'll be Manhattan basketball.
One hand on the rim, the other trying to get the basketball.
Ito Bolden giving chase. Now a quick whistle here and a jump ball. It'll be Manhattan basketball.
Jump ball, possession arrow, Manhattan.
As you mentioned in that scenario, they don't want to let things get too far here.
Yeah. Really, West Virginia doesn't want someone splitting that trap right there. Harlow and West right there for the trap. Don't let if you have to hook your arms or hook your feet, don't let someone get through that trap.
We talked about conference play, and it'll be interesting. The Mountaineers have 6 guards. I would be surprised if you'd see them all on a regular basis.
No.
So guys are coming off this loss and wanting to perform well in practice, even in the morning shoot around this morning, and certainly in the games to make sure that they're part of that rotation. Here's Pert, has it blocked by Kanate. Up to Chase Harlow. And Walker's whistled for the foul. That is going to be foul number 5 on Walker.
Really not much of a chance of Walker even getting that ball. He just
Manhattan foul called on number 11.
At a time to steal.
His 5th. Team foul number 9. At the line, Chase Harlow, 1-1.
Chase Harlow will shoot a couple. We'll roll for Harlow. Pert the rebound.
West Virginia continuing with the pressure.
Usilla, Council, no good. Rebound by Usilla. And they're going to call a jump ball. This time it'll be West Virginia basketball.
Jump ball, possession arrow, West Virginia.
Well, things look to get a lot tougher Saturday for the Mountaineers. You go to UVA and play, and that is they're a very difficult team. You talk about tough to prepare for, and I won't call it a boring style of basketball, but it's kind of one that will lull you into a lot of mistakes.
Well, West Virginia would like to speed you up, right, if they possibly can, and Virginia would like to slow you down.
Right.
Let's take a look at that upcoming schedule for West Virginia. At number 6, Virginia this Saturday, and then games on Root Sports against Western Carolina. That down in Charleston, VMI, UMKC, and then the 20th they'll be taking on Radford. One more game on the 23rd before they get a holiday break. Bolden misses the first. Bob Huggins shakes his head, and Billy Hahn shaking his head right behind him. And Bolden hits the second.
That has to eat Bob Huggins up. Bob was a pretty good free throw shooter.
Is that right?
Yes.
Hurt went up strong. Kanate is going to be called for the foul.
Mountaineer foul called on number 50, Sagaba Kanate, his second personal, team foul number 2.
If Sags fouls you, he doesn't get cheated.
At the line,
you wouldn't call that ticky-tack.
2 shots.
Issa Ahmad, by the way, is back on the West Virginia bench. That's good news. Hurt. Kanate with the rebound. He is a large, aggressive man,
Yes,
is he not?
is. Still learning how to play and going to be a force here at West Virginia. I would be very surprised if
West a long 3. Release out to Council, an easy layup. Very, very few of those. Magic Bender getting set to check in for the first time. Kanate fouled by Pert. He'll get a chance to shoot a couple. And we'll take a timeout. West Virginia pulling away. They lead 80-43 over the Manhattan Jasper. Penn's captain Sidney Crosby. There was talk before the season began of whether Connor McDavid, the young star for Edmonton, was already the best player in the league. And I wonder if maybe Sid heard some of that.
That's quieted down a little bit. Hasn't it?
Yep, Sid, 15 goals in 16 games. Amazing start.
Magic Bender seeing his first action of the evening.
Capuano wants 3. The Council instead. Off the mark. Bender battling. Rebound comes to Bolden. Bolden, Harler, and Miles Jr. with Bender and Kanate up front. Harler turns, shoots off the mark, rebound to Kanate. He goes up strong, missed it. Bender battles for it. Bender will try again and score.
West Virginia just too deep down inside. Sags able to get to the rim, and then Bender getting good position inside.
Capuano able to break the pressure. Council to step back. Nope. Rebound to Bolden. And Miles Jr. lost the handle trying to get it out to Harler. Kanate goes flying.
Wow.
Sags plays with a lot of emotion, does he not? Emotional young guy.
He's going to have to temper that some, though, because it's going to keep him in foul trouble to a certain extent, you know. The guys his size and those type of things. You're not going to be able to block everything that goes up.
Well, as they say, though, you'd rather teach a guy to be a little more cautious than have somebody who's timid that you have to light a fire under, right?
That's right.
Checking in for Manhattan, number 35, Oliver Ernball.
You know,
Oliver Ernball gets his first action. I'm sorry, go ahead.
We had a chance to see the women's soccer team that made all the Mountaineers proud here. I started thinking about it. The Pride of West Virginia did a pretty nice job in New York the other day in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Led things off, right?
Yes, they led things off, and I was up, couldn't wait till they came on, so I wanted to see it. So I know a lot of West Virginians were proud with that as well.
Well, you've got some sports teams accomplishing some great things. We talked about that at halftime a couple games ago. As Bolden tries to get it over to Bender, and too tall for him. A little contact, and Bolden thought he was fouled. But you talked about the Rifle Club, right? They're always there,
right there.
Competing or winning national championships. The men's football team under Dana Holgerson having an excellent year. The basketball team looks like they're going to be very good again. You know, the women's team's always strong.
Yeah, that poor Mike Carey has been just saddled with so many injuries.
There's another turnover, 33rd of the game. But you know, Mike Carey he'll get the best out of his team, as he always does. And right now, definitely the excitement around that women's soccer team. #1 seed and one of 4 teams standing. They'll take on North Carolina on Friday night. Harler tries to go window. Council 1-on-5, and it's out of bounds on West Virginia as Kanate went up for it. It kind of came off things funny there.
Basketball just a little sloppy here in the last minute.
Council. I beg your pardon. It's Pert who follows up the miss by Capuano.
Bob Huggins not happy with Kanate's box out.
Farther the lob to Kanate.
Sagaba Kanate from Chase Harlan.
Nice pass by Harlan.
Capuano shot short. Ernball battling. Throws it off one of the Mountaineers and out of bounds. And Watkins will check in for Kanate.
Checking in for Manhattan, number 52, Samson Usolo. And for
That's
West
that
Virginia,
big
number
ball
20,
that just threw it down.
Well, Devin Williams had an excellent career for West Virginia. In that middle, you know, big, strong, physical player, not a great leaper. Boy, Kanate can jump.
Yes, he can.
Kanate getting some congratulations.
Devin had to gather himself a lot of times. Sags just explodes up.
You see that big body and you think of Devin Williams. Really very different types of games. Williams obviously had an excellent career. Good touch from the outside. As you mentioned, very good, made himself a very good free throw shooter last year. Kanate been in the U.S. for a few years, went to a small school in Pennsylvania, led him to the state championship at Class A competition. So going into some things as Harler misses the 3. Tito Bolden the steal. Harler wants another crack at it, and this time it's good.
Chase Harler for 3.
No, not afraid. That's one good thing. Whistle for the foul. Lamont West will check in.
Here's number 15, Lamont West.
And it'll be for Chase Harler.
And checking in from
Bob Huggins still coaching.
Council.
Well, right, if you want 40 minutes, and you got to coach 40 minutes too, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Oliver Ernvall from Sweden. Mentioned 5 international players. Ernvall, one of them for this Manhattan Jaspers team. And Ernvall hits the 3.
3-point basket, Oliver Ernball.
Right off the bench.
Good job by West.
Those are
A lot
his
of
first,
times guys, I'm sorry.
I was going to say his first college points. I'm sorry for Ernvall. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, West got the ball and didn't put it on the floor immediately. You see a lot of young guys do that. He turned and looked because traffic was coming. I'm excited to get your first college points.
Yeah, in the Coliseum against a
At the line,
ranked team.
2 shots.
Nice for Oliver Ernvall. And West enters the scoring column for the Mountaineers. So now every West Virginia player who has played tonight has scored. 13 different players for West Virginia. West hits them both. Council able to spin out of the double team and go down to Pert. West with a block, but they're going to call the foul on Lamont West. Well, good hustle. Bob Huggins, Ron Eberhard, the West Virginia coaching staff has to be pretty happy with what they've seen. Kanate, the emphatic slam. West Virginia, 41-point lead. The Mountaineers will return on Root Sports on December 7th against the Western Carolina Catamounts. It's all a part of Wild and Wonderful Sports. It tips off live Wednesday, December 7th at 7 on Root Sports. And here are some of the key non-conference matchups for the Mountaineers. They've already played a couple of them. They had the victory over Illinois, the loss to Temple in the NIT season tip-off, which this game is part of, and then at number 6 Virginia on Saturday, then Texas A&M January 28th. Pert misses the free throw here, and you match up these non-conference teams, and when you're looking at the schedule, they're trying to forecast and figure out which of these teams are going to finish near the top of their conference. Right. They want that to help your RPI. Sure. You want to be able to see different teams. You want to be able to get games in which you can hopefully play a bunch of guys. All that figures into this scheduling, and it turns out, you don't know when you're going to schedule Manhattan, and their leading scorer is not on the floor. Yeah. He's injured. So that's obviously a big factor, as James Long has a new career high with 7 points. His previous career high had been 6 against New Hampshire.
Timeout, Manhattan.
And Manhattan calls a timeout. The Mountaineers up 92-50. Hot Rod Hundley in the background. In the foreground, the 2016-17 preseason coaches poll for the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. Monmouth was the #1 pick, followed by Siena, Iona, St. Peter's, Fairfield. You can see Manhattan in that 6th spot. Pretty big separation between Manhattan and the rest of the conference. And talking to Steve Masiello before the game, feels like his team can build towards that conference tournament. Look, they know, as we talked about earlier, only twice in the last 20 years or so has this conference been able to get two teams into the tournament. So it's pretty much you have to win that conference championship, which he's been able to do twice in the last 3 years. Another turnover here, 35th of the game. Monmouth, a 1-point loss at South Carolina game. Obviously, they had a chance to win. So it's not like this conference can't come up and upset people.
No, and South Carolina has a lot of the same virtues of West Virginia. I mean, Bob Huggins coached with Frank Martin, and Frank Martin has adopted a lot of the things that Bob does. So for Monmouth to go in there and play them to a 1-point ball game.
West Virginia foul
call on and Bender's called for the foul.
His first personal team foul.
First on Magic Bender.
Well,
fans here thought there was a lot of ball there.
You look at these teams that only get 1 team in or 2 teams in. You have to be careful. Just ask West Virginia last year. Stephen F. Austin ball club came in and played him off the feet. The big thing, Rob, with these smaller schools, in some cases, first of all, guys stay there a lot of times for 4 years. So they develop a chemistry, and then it's, I wasn't good enough to play for you, I'll show you.
Right.
Yeah,
Little chip on the shoulder.
That's exactly right.
And not only that, you get games like this. Now, it shouldn't happen in the tournament, but you get games like this. Look, we just saw it with the Indiana upset loss to Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne, yes.
Right. And I think that Bob Huggins felt a little bit that way about Temple. That, this is a Temple team that had lost to New Hampshire. Bender has it. Boy, Usillo can really really jumped. Second time we've seen the 6'4" Usillo really skying.
Well, Bender gave up a pretty good shot to take a worse one. He had about a 10-foot jump shot there if he wanted to take it.
Oh, my. James Long. The three-pointer. And Long is in double figures with 10 points. Usillo in trouble. Gets it to Earnball. His three-pointer off the mark. Earnball saves to Usillo. Earnball able to throw it off of Chase Harler and out of bounds. How about James Long with his 10 points?
Oh, wow. You know,
finishing off that last one, I think there was some thought in the West Virginia camp that maybe they overlooked Temple a little bit. Not that they should, but you know, this is a team that had lost to New Hampshire, a team that the Mountaineers beat by 59 points. They'd scrimmaged them a year ago, and I think they felt pretty good about the way they played in that scrimmage. So, you know, again, a reminder that you have to bring it every night, and that there are teams capable of upsetting you. Usillo hits that three-pointer.
well,
They see it every year.
They just dismantled Illinois the night before, you know, so.
Harler, nice job on the save. West on the cut, and he'll go to the free throw line. Well, that's part of it, and it's frankly it's part of the charm of college basketball.
That's exactly
That those upsets can happen. You see it some in college football. Although I don't know how you can call North Dakota State beating anybody an upset anymore. They've won 6 straight games against FCS teams. They knocked off Iowa earlier this year. Here's West with the free throw, but it happens more in college basketball, and exciting. And you know, here's the thing that sometimes you ask coaches as West gets ready to shoot the second, and it's good. Would it have had the same effect if they'd won that game against Temple? Could Bob Huggins have had that same pressure on his team and gotten the same response tonight? Or is it sometimes useful to lose a game?
To swallow a bitter pill, yes.
Hurt kicks in the corner, Council three-pointer. Bender battling for the rebound. Earnball gets it back for Manhattan. Fresh 30. Oh, Earnball, nice look out to Council. Short, and boy, Usillo once again soaring in and tapping it home.
Samson Usillo.
On the shot clock. Approaching 5 minutes left here. Mountaineers closing in on 100 points. Bender. Is it knocked away again, and Kanate nudging Wilson out of bounds. He'll be called for the foul.
West Virginia foul call number 50, Sagaba Kanate, his fourth.
Kanate out with 4, and Logan Rout checks into the game.
Checking into the Mountaineers, number 21, Logan Rout.
There is no question about Sags becoming a good player. But it's going to be, you know, he was from a single-A school. He didn't see guys this size, you know, last year in high school. And it's going to be an adjustment period to get banged around with people the size that he's going to be seeing.
Well, Oliver Earnball either lost track of where he was or is now introduced to the rule that you can't run the baseline unless it's after a made basket. Called for a travel. West, tough shot, hurt. Well, a couple of guys have come in and done a nice job. Usillo, Xavier Pert has done a nice job for Steve Masiolo's team.
Oliver Earnball, his first personal. At the line, Logan Rout.
President D never shy about getting in front of a camera, is he?
Rout misses. Bolden into the game. Capuano for Manhattan.
Number 22, Thomas Capuano.
Magic Bender will head to the bench. And Rout gets himself into the scoring column. Another turnover forced. That should be right around that record. And Rout is called for the personal foul underneath the basket.
Well, bring a smile to Bob Huggins' face.
His first team foul, number 7.
Nice job.
Not sure who he was talking to with that. Leave it for your speculation. Usillo spinning. Earnball will try for 3. Rolls out. Rebound to Rout. West Virginia trying to get to the 100-point mark. 2 points away from doing that. And West will have a chance to do it from the free throw line as Bender will pop back into the game. But he's in for Lamont West, so he'll sit back over by the scorer's table. Bob Huggins.
52, Samson Usillo, his second
Looking at win number 796.
At the line.
Very good chance to get his 800th win on our air on Root Sports.
I think so.
That'd be nice. And an incredible career.
I think, just having conversations from time to time with Bob, I think he would like to coach another 7, 8 years, health permitting and that type of thing.
And you look at the all-time victory list.
Number 25, Magic Bender.
And he could wind up moving way up on that list. You give him another 6 or 7 years.
Yes. Eddie Sutton certainly reachable this year.
Mm-hmm. Well, as they say, you don't win 796 games by accident.
No.
Usillo is going to be fouled by Rout. A chance for a three-point play as West Virginia has hit that 100-point mark, 100-57.
West Virginia
Samson Usillo.
Number 21, Logan Rout, his second team foul, number 8.
Bob Huggins will turn around and consult Billy Hahn about something. Usillo can't get the three-point play. West gets the rebound. Near steal, Bolden the pull-up. Here's Beto Bolden. Smooth.
You're right. That's exactly what he can do.
Pert hustling to keep it alive. Out of bounds it will be. Manhattan basketball, but the Mountaineers, an impressive showing. They're up 102-57. It's a new record, Warren. 37 turnovers forced by the Mountaineers.
Wow. That's taking it away at a pretty doggone good clip. And that certainly won't hurt their national standing.
No, it won't. Came in number 1 in turnovers forced, number 2 in steals in the country. They have 17 steals tonight, so that will help that average. The record set a couple years ago by VMI and eclipsed tonight
and
against
Bob
the
Huggins,
Manhattan Jaspers.
Bob Huggins, again, one of the guys that looks at the flex, too. So he's gonna factor those in, too. How much did you disrupt the offense, even though you may not have stolen the ball?
Ten on the shot clock. Batted out of bounds by Bolden, and it will be Manhattan basketball at 5 on the shot clock.
Well, see, there's one of those deflects right there that team has to try to get a shot off now in 5 seconds.
Right. Great point. Council. It's nothing as he had to force one up. Shot clock violation. Good job by James Long closing out defensively. Approaching the 3-minute mark remaining now in the game as West Virginia up 102-57. Nice job by Council with a steal. They go to Usillo. Reverse, no good. Harlow the rebound. Magic Bender the reverse, and he'll get the roll.
Hometown roll. Didn't get a lot of the board, but got it up there soft enough.
You love to see Javon Carter and Tavon Myers cheering him on as well.
Yeah.
It's a very tightly knit West Virginia group. Here's Long. He'll pull up from 3. No good.
He's human.
Rebound out of bounds. It'll be West Virginia basketball. But you're seeing it, you know, the end of the bench, the guys get up and cheering how much they appreciate their teammates. Oh, what a great pass by Bender to Rout.
He hit Rout right in the chest. He caught the carom. Nice pass by Bender.
And 2 minutes remaining now. 106-57. Council drives in, gets the reach in, and let's get a look at the basket, the pass, and the reaction.
West Virginia foul called on number 3, Peter Walden. His first personal team foul, number 9. At the line, Naquan Council.
They loved it.
Well, it's good to see Logan Rout come back. You know, he had that foot injury. He's there at practice. I'm sure he's not foreign to the treadmill either, you know, so.
Just good to see, you know, the teammates care about each other.
Right.
And, you know, that's, look, not every day is going to be 106-59. Nice when the team all gets along, pulling for each other. Bolden here, the rebound follow.
Beetle, Bolden.
Council. Capuano thought about it.
1 minute to play.
And another turnover. Under a minute remaining. The Mountaineers will improve to 5-1. Harler into Bender. Dives the reverse. Rout the rebound. Only 5 now on the shot clock because the ball didn't strike anything. Bolden, boy, wow. Really well defended and got it right on target. Capuano steps into the 3. Rebounded by Pert. And Pert fights it back up. Pert in double figures. He has 11 points. Bolden waving everybody down. Looks like he'll dribble out the basketball. And that will be that. 108-61, the victory. Bob Huggins' team responds after the loss to Temple. They come out with a school record, turnovers forced.
No,
Moments it got a little ragtag, but I think they pulled it back together.
Sure.
Towards the second half. Wouldn't imagine there would be too much to be upset about.
He'll find something.
You know, Robbie and Zbikowski is waiting for Bob Huggins to saunter over. for some post-game comments, and he is ready now. Robbie.
Certainly is. 40 turnovers tonight. What led to it?
Visit WVUsports.com.
What do we have at halftime? We had
25.
25.
Thank you for attending. We invite you back to the Coliseum.
I think that's pretty good considering that we, played a whole bunch of guys. We played, 14 guys?
Everybody had a basket. So how were you able to turn things around after Friday, offensively and defensively for your team tonight, Bob?
We'll see how much we turned around on Saturday.
Which leads to my next question. What kind of preparation is it going to take between now and then to have a better performance against what you know is going to be a competitive opponent in the Cavaliers?
Well, they're good at what they do, and we're good at what we do, so we'll see what happens.
What are you good at?
What are we good at? We're pretty good at putting pressure on people.
What do you expect to see out of your team between now and then in the work that you're going to put in the next couple days?
Well, obviously, we got to get ready for what they do. They do a great job offensively, and we got to get ready to offensively attack the pack line.
Thanks, Bob. I enjoyed this.
It's always my pleasure.
Guys.
Bob Huggins a little more pleased with his team's performance than he was after that 4-point loss to Temple. Issa Ahmad with a 19, tying his career high in back-to-back games. James Long, a career high, and just a solid victory for West Virginia tonight, Warren.
Hey, you cannot overstate the importance of a good shooter, and that's exactly what James Long is.
108-61 is the final. The Mountaineers improved to 5-1 on the season. For Warren Baker, Robbie and Smikowski, our entire Root Sports crew, I'm Rob King. Thanks for watching Wild and Wonderful West Virginia Athletics on Root Sports.